Hey, we're just Marlowe here, and I said yesterday on my other video of my day review for Chicken and Food Wars that Black Clover also came out yesterday, but I had to rewatch the episode again just to make sure that I'm getting all my points across. Because in this episode we got a whole lot of introductions done here, for most specifically from the squad captains of the 9 Magic Knights, along with at least some two other characters. But first, before I get into the introductions, let's just start off with the episode. Let's just begin with the episode where it properly started, with Asa and Yuno making it to the kingdom capital, Kinga, or Kika. That's why I was as a Kika. Basically, it's the capital of Clover Kingdom. It's the capital, and they all managed to see seeing the difference between a huge capital city to a booty stick village they need to live in. Mostly for the food, they saw a bunch of fruits, meat, and a bunch of other stuff that makes a difference since they grew up in a farm. Mostly they grew up a lot of food from the farm. They even point out the fact that the way of life is, that the way it was kind of similar to when we see like a mother with three other kids. I think maybe they're all girls or all boys. I'm not entirely too sure. But they remind them back in the village and wondering if maybe sister or everyone else mostly misses them. But Asa said mostly misses him, and not Yuno. But Yuno's is like, no, not a chance. And there's a small scene that we got a chance with Sister Lily and the little boy with the red spiky hair arguing for that. Yes, I do know. And you must have. No, I don't. And then back to the. And he goes back to the exam. You know, they the two managed to get into the entrance exam where they basically just fully entered. The one guy showed, when Yuno showed his these Clover Grimoire, the administrators were sort of, this is the kid that everyone's talking about, the fact he has the 4 of these Clover, even though he came from the sticks. Well, Austin shows up with his 5-leaf Clover, but it's kind of filled with believing that that's not much of a Grimoire, but he said it anyway because it was a Grimoire, and he managed to go in. We also get a small scene with the person with the birds. Those those black, red, and white birds that flock to people with less magic power. Yuno was completely gone. Yuno had no birds around. Everyone else had like 1 or 2 birds, but Asa had like an entire flock of birds around him. Since he has no magic power, despite having a Grimoire, which I kind of give everyone else the indication of the fact that he's basically the weakest one of all of them. A kid who says no magic power shouldn't be in an Imaginary exam, but yet he has a Grimoire and he's here, which will lead to the biggest revelation to everyone here towards the end. I'll get to that point right now because we got in the introductions to one of these Magic Knights, Yami. I know his first name is Yami. I do not know how to pronounce his last name, but we have the captain of the Black Bulls. And just only how the people describe the Black Bulls, they're basically kind of like the misfits of the entire about all the other 9 Magic Knights. They are the misfit squads. They cause the most destruction. They are brilliant to the guys that had different personalities that makes them contrast to what other knights mostly have. Like with one was named Finrail, who's just basically the playboy of the group, while Gordon can't even communicate. He's basically like a walking skeleton, I believe, or at least, or just like a mute. He can't talk that way. He speaks very lowly. But the voice actor to his character basically was whispering for his lines. I'm pretty sure in the manga he may have gone out of his shell and started walking. Anyone who's read the manga before me, the manga who has read the manga after me, please tell me if maybe Gordon eventually does talk, because I want to see how his personality works out with everyone else. Yeah, basically it. And we also meet Yami, who's also this captain, who has he's freaking buffed and jacked and all that. He was like, he easily crushed Asta with his hand, with one hand. He gave him a countdown, but looking for Asta, he managed just to live out another day, thanks to the fireworks, because the his hands about to start. And after all that, we get to introduce the other 8 captains. There was one from the Fuego Leon from the Crimson Lions. His voice is very boasting. He doesn't shout, but he's very loud. He shows more bravado. He's more bravado in the way to the other knights. There was Charlotte. There was one named Charlotte from the Damn. Two female captains. There are two female captains from the pink. Jesus, some of these things names are freaking it. But okay, there's two female knights. I might have forgotten the names. There's one from the Silver Eagles. There's one named Jack the Ripper from the Praying Mantises, which was a nick. Pretty Jack the Ripper is basically a nickname, but since his nickname came from the most notorious serial killers of Victorian England, that kind of says a lot about the character. But maybe we'll see more of him later on in the manga. Maybe not. But with a nickname like Jack the Ripper, you gotta keep your eye out for this guy because apparently his magic says he can cut buildings into two. He can cut cities into two. Or builds. I forgot exactly what he used to describe his magic power. But it's very dangerous, and hence why he got the nickname Jack the Ripper. Be unwary for that guy. There's also the youngest one, who's actually 19 years old, is part of I think his animal is deer, but he's 19 years old. So if you're a certain age, despite your age, if you have certain magic power, you're qualified to become a squad captain. You can be just like him. But everyone's mostly talking about is the next candidate for the Wizard King, who's currently the squad captain of the Golden Dawn, which I'm pretty sure in the manga is called the Golden Sun. Dawn or Sun, I don't know, it depends on, I think most people prefer the Golden Sun since this is in the manga, but the anime says Golden Dawn. He's currently the captain. He's the captain that is also like the prime candidate of the next primal candidate for the become the next Wizard King. I might have forgotten his name, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see most of them later down the line. And of course we have Yami, captain of the Black Bulls. So the captain of the Golden Dawn starts the exam, start off with the whole scene where like everyone's starting to use magic brooms because this is the way you have to travel most of the time. Everyone seems to get off their feet with one guy just floating over to his head, while others manage to just afloat. But like only a total of 3, maybe 4 or 5 candidates managed to go above the arena to touch the sky, while Asta just sleeps king up his ground. So that just happened. So that happens. A few more shots ended up with the character with more of the exam, like from development magic, creation magic, accuracy magic. The magic accuracy and magic attack exams also still shots. But there's also this one scene during the whole examination during the broom sequence that I should have brought up during that point. Was a scene between the captain of the Silver Eagles and this girl. It turns out this girl here, who turns out to be royalty, I'm pretty sure for those who read the manga know exactly what I'm talking about here. Silver hair with pigtails. She's wearing like a combination of pink and white. She's a part of nobility, who turns out to be the little sister to him. Now I know his name. The captain of the Silver Eagles' name is Nozel. I remember the girl saying his name, Brother Nozel. But he also said in the end of it, your existence is basically unnecessary. There's a backstory to her. Also, we get to see hopefully later in possibly in episode 6, possibly. But not to the meat of the group, but not to the big part of the episode for me was basically the final part of the exam was like the battle was a combatant, where groups of 2 go against each other to see who basically show off their skills, either defensive magic or offensive magic, or a combination of both. Starting off with Asta and this guy named Seki. Now, the second is this character who says, "Bah, bah," every time he talks. Kind of this arrogant, cocky attitude of him, and basically it was show off in a way. But known from this, I'm pretty sure from those who read the manga at this point, who read the manga from that first episode, but this is the kind of guy you just want him to shut up. So beginning the exam, so we start off with Seki doing his offensive and defensive combination magic, where it was like a giant cannonball like a giant spear with cannons, claiming that he can get either he will attack and defend himself from anything. But then Asa comes out with his Grimoire, pulls out his sword, and just one shot, just freaking one hit KOs Seki, making him a freaking jobber in the entire series. And to everyone's shock, Yuno's like, smiling. They were surprised about that. The kid with no magic power from the boonies pulled out a sword and managed to defeat Seki with just one shot. Of course, he's not that strong yet, but his sword has the ability to nullify, and apparently has the ability to nullify and reflect magic. Of course, I'm pretty sure there's still more to the sword, plus his grimoire possesses a demon, which has some... Sorry again, my computer just went black on me. Again, his sword has nullify and reflecting capabilities, while the grimoire itself has a demon residing on it. I'm pretty sure that every examiner does not know it's a free. Well, has a small glimpse of that, while everybody else does not, and I'm pretty sure the captains, or at least some of them, might know where the grimoire is. But also, and in episodes, I'm not here to come to matching matches to have an easy life. I'm here to work my butt off and become the next Wizard King. And he poses up with his sword on his back like this. And that shows the fact that Asa has the capability of moving forward, becoming Wizard King. But that's up until next week's episode when the captains have to choose their next candidates to join the candidates have to be chosen by the squad captains to be in their squad. But there's some more if I guess it's a fight first. But that's next week's episode. So we got a lot of things here, and we got a lot of interest into the 9 squad captains, including the 9 squad captains, the candidate for the next Wizard King, and get to see the capital itself. So until next week's episode, leave a like, subscribe on my level, friend, and I'll see you all next time. Laters!